Okay, people, we are here. Luniverse was over here breaking cameras. Your lighting is
Yes.
freaking dope, man. Listen, I just redid my whole studio. I'm rearranging stuff. I'm getting everything, and I am like, I want my key light closer, but I like it being in the ceiling. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have space to put a thing down here. I could clamp it to the desk. My problem with desk-oriented clamps is my desk being not a real desk. That's so weird to say it that way. Being a tree that
Mm-hmm.
I made, it's thick. She's a thick girl, right?
Yes.
My desk is thick as all get. Because it's a tree. It's not like, one of these little half-inch joints or like 1 inch joints. Most of the clamps that you can clamp to the desk are like 2 inches, and anything that I can find with a clamp fatter than 2 inches only goes up vertically like 24 inches, and I need it to be more like 36. So I'm about to go down the street to my boy, who's a metal guy, and be like, listen, family, I
Make
need
one
you to
custom. Yeah.
fabricate me this thing that looks like, a small rig or Ulanzi desk clamp, but it's going to be Bill made it for that food, doc. Because I want to bring
Could
my key light
you?
closer, but then I'm like, you know what? I could do that, or I could just buy a damn Verge Max and see how I like it. It's not easy for me to give it back though, because being in Hawaii, when I if I go to ship it back, it's a bitch, and like
Yeah.
Amaranth seems to have them on their site, but Amazon be forever. Oh, we don't got it. And if I go
Mm-hmm.
through Amazon, I can just take it back to Whole Foods and be like, here.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why they don't have them on Amazon.
True story, yeah. Because at the point where they're close to the vest as far as price point, they don't really make a big margin. Everybody thinks that electronics has a high margin. Electronics right now has one of the crappiest margins anywhere in the industry. And people will complain about how much money Sony is making on the camera or Canon is making on the camera or whatever, and they're charging too much. And that same exact person is rocking a Supreme T-shirt that costs $11 to make, but 300 to buy, and ain't got no problem with that. But Sony's out here effing
Right.
us. With two CCs or more. With CCs, two CCs or more. I'm just checking out what he's saying. Oh, it's Kevin. Kevin is in the building today. Good to see you, fam. All right.
Hey.
Oh man, this has been the craziest week, bruh. We
All
got off
right.
the
Tell me
stream
about
last
it.
week, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was minding my damn business, and then I heard the. I was
Uh-huh.
like, "What the heck
It
is
was that
that?"
day.
I was like, "What the heck is that?" Oh, I see. Mary Lou is in California, like splashing in the water and shit. And Hawaii's like,
Yes, that
"Y'all
was
about to
me.
get killed. Grab your shit,
Guilty.
run for the hills." Oh, Kevin said it's thick with two C's. I got it. Thick. That joint thick.
It's that thick.
So yeah, it was just crazy, man. But one thing is at first I was on the couch drinking a coffee and, having my breakfast. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? If the water comes, it's gonna take out everything. And it ain't much I can do about it. So forget it. But then we were like, we got to at least get all of the paperwork that has to do with mom and dad's estate and, like the important papers. So we grabbed that. And then while we was down here grabbing that, I was like, oh man, I got Pelican cases. I can get everything in the Pelican case in 5 minutes or less. All right, dope. So I grabbed the cameras and then I grabbed the hard drives and then I grabbed the Synology. She's also thick. And I was like, you know, it's kind of funny. It gives you an idea of what pieces of equipment you have in your joint, which you are like, nah, fam, these are
That you
my
care
babies.
about. Yeah.
The other stuff, they were just like, fuck, she swim, she swim. Yeah, hope she got
Yeah.
that
I mean, that was
Olympics
us
in her.
like with the fire evacuations was like, well, I was like, if I need new microphones and cameras, community will take care of me. My computer, my files, my hard drives, that's got to come.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really funny, like when you put. I don't think people understand when you put in that position, like what you fit in the graph. And then it's funny to me what I did grab. I grabbed like the Osmo Action 5. I'm like, that girl can guarantee swim. It says it on the
She's gonna.
box.
We know
But
she can swim,
but
but she's
no,
small.
she was coming, right? I grabbed the
Yeah.
pocket, I grabbed all my Sonys, my Fujis, and my Canons, microphones. I didn't take any because I was like, I just need one to talk to if I get stuck up there. So I
Hmm.
just grabbed what I already had packed because I just came back from an event. It was basically already in the bag. But I'm like, yeah, if I need new Shure stuff, Shure with Square, you know. But it was kind of
Yeah.
funny that I was like, yo, with this Osmo Pocket 3, yo, that joint went in the pocket. Like, it didn't even go in the Pelican case.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like,
Uh,
you'd be surprised.
That
You
was
should
so
give
rare.
yourself a fire drill or a flood drill and find out what in your studio you would actually grab if you had 10 minutes to get it out. Because when I went upstairs and I opened my cases and I looked at what I grabbed, I'm like, these are my babies. I got all kind of gear in here, but I was surprised at what I grabbed. And I tell you what, all of the Macs came. That's 4 Mac Minis in the studio. That was kind of funny, bro. It was just super, super funny. Like
Yes,
when I
I
was
didn't
putting
even
it back
take the
together,
cable.
I started thinking about like, okay, like now I know if I ever got to do it again, I got the exact order for disassemble. I got the exact order for reassemble. I got my Pelican cases right here on deck. Everything is already mapped out in my head. So like I know how fast to get it in there. Like I could literally just get everything in the Pelican case and I can do it in under 6 or 7 minutes. Everything.
Yeah. And like we got the benefit of we do travel with our gear sometimes, so we have that concept of like how to get gear into a case.
Yeah.
I don't know if the people who like you just have your at-home studio, like if you've never thought of that, because we've had to break down even though we have like duplicate gear, there's definitely been times where you needed to take stuff that was plugged into the desk, right?
Oh, 100.
So that like is not an unfamiliar feeling. So yeah, I do suggest you guys just have a Pelican case in the corner, just something, right? That would and be like, what could fit in there if I needed to take it?
It's really crazy. Just like grab, go.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I realized, so I finally got my camera situationed. So
I'm glad you're
last
okay too. I'm glad it wasn't a flood.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I after I got it all set up, I had just finished my camera cooler test, so that portacool or corticool or whatever the hell that damn thing is called, coracool. It's basically the same as the small rig. So now the ZV-E1 has been on since the Tuesday when I came back or Wednesday when I came back. It has been on nonstop for however many days since Wednesday, 7, and it ain't cut off. So listen, family, if your camera's overheating, that $39 Coracool cooler thingy, it works. Like it works. My ZVE1
Phenomenal.
couldn't stay on more than 20 minutes without getting mad. And it's been 7 days. Now my problem is trying to remember to turn it off because I've always just left my cameras on. But the hard part I have is I can't reach the power switch on this thing. So I'm going to probably replace it with a different cooler that has an easier power switch. The power switch on this thing is I use the right angle USB cable
Hmm.
because I'm flush against the wall. Like my camera has this much space between the wall and it. This magazine can't fit behind my camera in the wall. So I use the USB cable that goes right angle so that you can do that thing and get it right up there. But then that precludes the power switch. So I got to figure out a 3D thing that I can stick up in there that I can just press down, which basically presses the switch for me, and then hit it 11 times to bring the temperature down to 12 degrees. So I'm going to 3D print something that fits in there and then it'll work. Um, the other thing I just noticed too, I ordered, which will come in, and I'll give you guys an example of what it's like. I have a bunch of these. These are bomb. These are on sale for like $25 recently. Um, I wish it only had USB Cs because I've tried to divorce every USB A thing in my life. I can't stand them. But, also it comes with a standard power cord that adds this much before you can get a bend. So if you're putting it on your desk, you can't get it like all the way to the back of the desk. It's always going to be out a little bit. And I find that irritating. So I did something hella stupid and it's kind of crazy. And you guys going to be like, damn, Doc, You are really on drugs. Let me show you what I did. So I went to ChatGPT and I go, family, I need you to find me a uh, CP8 or CP7 cord that has right angles on it, right? And you're like, well, I don't know what a CP8 or a CP7 cord is. Well, CP8 is the whole because it's kind of shaped like an 8, right? And
Ah.
this is a CP7. What the heck? I just hit something and it went expose. Don't do that. Okay. This is known as a CP7, right? The standard figure 8 chord. If it has a square on one side and round on the other, like Sony, that's a CP7P, aka polarized. You can only work it one direction, not like Harry Styles, right? So I said, find me a CP8 that's right angle. I ain't never seen one in my life, but I just
And it
said,
found one.
chat, do it exist?
Do your
And
do your
chat
dirt.
was like, here you go. And it sent me some links. And I was like, shut up. Oh my God. It was like Linkin Park. Shut up. I'm talking to you. Shut up. So I ordered 2 of them suckers for $10. So now if you have anything that needs a CP8 or a CP7 cord that you want to just go like this and straight down or like this and come out this way, they got them. And if you ever find yourself wanting something and you're not sure if it exists, ask. He was like, okay, doc, well, you're a nerd. You know what a CP7 cord is. So I went back and double checked the chat. I go, what happens if I wasn't, doc enough, aka nerd, to know that this is called the CP7? I took a picture of this, back of this anchor, and I was like, chat, what is this hole called? And what kind of right angle cord can I get for it? And he goes, wow, that is a CP8 hole. And I was like, felt weird asking chat, what is this hole called? But that's a different conversation.
Like sometimes you got questions. It's okay to have questions.
Yeah. So like I was just thinking, we always talking about like, using it for, speeding up the workflow or writing scripts or doing whatever.
Hmm.
But you'd be surprised at the other things that I guess, you wouldn't think about. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, kind of crazy. Anyway,
I love that.
let's do this. You come up with the
Let's
topic
do
while I
this. What we talk about today?
drink my breakfast real fast.
What
I
are we
can I
going to
can do
talk
this
about
in seconds.
today? Paul Duncan, what's been on your heart lately? I haven't seen you in weeks.
Been keeping busy, trying
All
to get a
right.
bunch of stuff done.
Missing a
Okay.
tooth.
All right.
Plus, I had a 6:30 dentist appointment this morning, so
Oh, I got
He's
you.
he, he's still high from the
Oh, I
from the shot.
see. Oh, see. Okay. All
actually,
right.
no,
So he's.
that'd be next Tuesday.
Oh, you didn't get the
Oh,
shot? Man, that's the best part about going to the dentist is getting lit. You come out that joint like,
No,
hey.
when they
Uh,
remove the tooth next week, I'll be floating.
oh, Roy said, I ordered a mic flag from Etsy to put on my SM7 SMV7, sure MV7 kind. I had to ask ChatGPT what it's called and where to find one. $18 on Etsy, $80 from everywhere else. That's kind of cool. All right. All right, so who's feeling stuck about what? Let's get it twisted. I've been so crazy all over the map about everything. Like I don't know what's going on in my world right now, but
yeah, I
I'm
feel the
still
same.
having
It's
fun.
like I'm not grounded enough to. I'm not plugged in. But so something that had come up in a conversation was who are you trying to talk to? Is it kindergartners or is it grad school?
I like this idea.
Yeah,
I
because
had an epiphany this morning talking to Katie on the flow, and we were talking about how everybody is still it's so crazy. Everybody's still stuck on the perfection maneuver, and of course, push back on the conversation we had the other day about the people that say, I just wanted the I just wanted the answer. Like I didn't need to hear all the rest of that, blah blah blah. I'm gonna always stand in my ground. And when I get those comments without even being angry, hey, appreciate the feedback, but that's not how I get down. I have an audience, a community rather. I have a community of people who are engaged and they actually care about what's going on in my life. I care about what's going on in theirs. So if you just want open the drawer, grab the tool and leave, I'm not that channel. I'll never be that channel. That's not me. Like me and my friends, we are connected, right? You would never go to your homie and okay, I'm not gonna actually. This is a actual Doc and Mary Lou conversation. Sup, I ding. Hey, I got a question. What? On the Rodecaster Pro, like I'm getting this weird, like I don't know why, what the heck that is. I'm like, weird little thing. She goes, yeah. And I go, oh, okay, hold on, let me think. And oh, what you doing? Oh, nothing. Me and Karen was finna go get some ramen or whatever. Oh, dude. I think we and Will, we was just gonna go get some Chinese food. I was like, oh, you know us, we always on the randomly on the same wavelength. Oh, that's funny. He's like, hey, get down. What? Oh, nothing. Gizmo's running around the office acting a fool. And, then, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, and about the Rodecaster Pro, do you have the compressor cranked up too high? Compressor? What the heck is that?
The F is that?
Hold on real quick. Go over and press the little house button. Okay. Okay, now go ahead and press on processing. Oh, okay. Do you have compressor on? Oh, yeah, that's it. All right, cool. All right, so anyway, did you happen to see this post from Kat? Oh, my God, it was so good, blah, blah, blah. Yo, it's 30 minutes later. We don't be like, hey, bitch, how you fix this? Press this. All right, bye. That never happens. It just doesn't.
Never.
So that's called community. Right? That's called friends. That's called relationship. Like, it's never about, even if I could say, oh, all you got to do is turn off the compressor, she'd be like, bet, thanks. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? And then we would get into all of the ramen and burgers and cats and whatever. Like, never is it ever Luis or Paul or yesterday, I was like, Paul, what day are you flying into camp? He was like, Thursday. Because he don't know how to say day. Sorry, Paul. And then I was like, okay, let me set mine up. Wait a minute. Here, Paul, this is Zoom. Just come over here. And then me, Jill, and Paul, we hanging out in Zoom for like 20 minutes. If all you wanted to do was snatch answers, Google it. But that ain't me. That ain't my channel. That's not my people. That's not how we get down. So what I was saying to Katie, that was a long demo, by the way, my bad. What I was saying to Katie, if you watch the channels, if you pay attention to the channels you subscribe to, you don't subscribe to somebody that talks at you like that. You might say that's what you want in an emergency when you're in a hurry. But you need to know as humans, what we want and what we need almost rarely never align. It takes a highly tuned individual, to have a quick understanding of what they want versus what they need. What most people need is connection. What most people need is to be seen, to be heard, to be a part of. This is psychological. This is real deal Holyfield. This is DSM-5. You say you want a quick answer, but what you're really looking for is somebody that gets you. So I try to create my content to make space available for people that need that space. If you want the answer quick, read the freaking manual, dog. That's how I got it. I got it because I read the manual. I didn't just wake up.
The manuals are all available online. You don't even have to have the device yet.
Bingo. Before you buy the device, you can read the manual. While you waiting, your shipment is on its way. Start reading the manual. Mike will be at your house in 2 hours. Boom. My guy's Joshua. But, it's like Joshua has your stuff in his truck and he will be there between 12 and 12:30. That's what it says. Every day. Thank you, Josh, UPS man. That's my dude. But, yeah, you can get that stuff anywhere. What you really looking for when you be looking for this stuff, the reality is community. That's why we all here. That's why Dr. G just popped up with his family. And he said, yeah, there's YouTube shorts for them type of answers. So I answer the way I would be talking to Lou. I answer like I'd be talking to my friends. I answer to tell you the why I chose this way, because maybe my why could help you. Sometimes when you listen to the longer answer, you get more information than what you came for. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, I've always known in my head what the square was for on a chord that requested the square, because my dad taught me that. But I also have known if I have something that doesn't need polarity, I'm going to put $100 that says Luis has. I have taken a CP7P and then taken a razor blade and rounded off the square side so I could plug it in, because it was the only one I had and I need to plug something in, right? So like on the back of your Mac Mini, it doesn't need the polarizer. It can just use a regular figure 8. But I've had the Sony cord or something like it in my hand that has the square, and I've completely taken the razor and shaved the other half round so I can plug it in and keep going. That kind of knowledge comes from the fact that when we were younger, dad or grandpa or mom would sit you down and explain to you what these things were. And when you go to ask one of your relatives or one of your parents or something, look, we say it all the time. When you go to ask your relatives or your parents or something for an answer, they're going to give you the history and why it is. And did you know your grandpa used to do that? Oh, he worked at a factory. You're going to get some family info that you didn't know. Because that's how it is in real life. When you talk to real people, that's normally how they answer you. And the reality is, and again, let's point this out. Does anybody tell me I'm lying in the chat? If you have a friend who answers you with yes, no, whatever, you start questioning if you did something wrong. If I go and I ask Mary Lou something and she answers me with like one quick section, I'll be like, what I did.
You okay?
Like, you good? You good, fam? G said you might get a shock or two. This is true. I've definitely electrocuted myself way more than enough times. But yeah, I don't think people really want that. They tell themselves they want that because they think that they're in a hurry, but you're not. And I know if you watch the content that you really watch, you actually spend time with those people. Like, you dive in and you get in. I think when I say, I've always said this, I completely 128% respect Peter McKenna as a creator. But I could not watch his channel before. Why? Because I just felt like he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to other people. Now that he's of a certain vintage, now that he's past like 45, and now that he's a little bit more OG and starting to understand things that we sage wise ones understand, now active like, boogie boarding down the side of a mountain with a camera in his hand, he can't do much anymore. I can actually watch Peter. He's slowed down. He's understood art for art's sake and not just create for the hype reel. I can actually watch his stuff now. The man has grown up. And I'm childish mofo ever. It's not about that. It's about, I just didn't feel like he was talking to me. It wasn't resonating with me. So even a creator who's well established has grown and changed over the time. And now I can actually legit watch his stuff and kind of get it. It's funny.
That's our topic here, is art versus hype.
Right? Oh, see,
that's
this
what
how you gotta do. Let me go on a piss session. Then Mary Lou pulls
this is how we produce.
Out.
That is called being a producer.
Yo, this
like, listen, and then I'll get you to say
out
the
of
thing.
A turn up. Like, what's the topic today? Here's a turn up. Oh, we should talk about art versus hype.
Yeah, that's it. Here we are.
Oh my God. Yo, all right. G said, we used to call that being an apprentice. Now youngins want to be paid to learn. 100%, dude. 100%. And you know what they normally do? They normally find out later that it works. Sorry, Kevin just made me laugh really quickly. This is my house. This is my house right here. Not every lid fits every container. I'm going to tell you why this is my house. There's this old Okinawan lady that comes over, and if the lid is close enough, it goes on the things. And then I go to grab the curry out of the fridge, and the lid goes flying, sauce all up and down my arm. I'm like, Baba! Oh, I couldn't find the right top, so I just put that one. This is an old Asian thing. Like, she will put any lid on anything. It doesn't match. There's no matching set. There's like Cool Whip mixed with old butter ones, mixed with old hummus ones, mixed with the black takeout joints. Yo, we got a collection. We got a freaking collection. She will put the randomest lids on the randomest things. Like, lid don't even fit the pot. It don't make the food taste any different, but I can't find not nay lid for not nay pot. They all, as we say in Hawaii, kapakahe. I think that's an old Asian lady thing. And just know that the sewing kit is inside the cookie tin or the...
Always. That's what those are for.
There's no cookies in that tin, bro. It's always a sewing kit.
There hasn't been for 20 years.
Or the packets from every takeout ever.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of Panda Cuisine mustard packs that's in the house. I'm like, fam, I can start a Panda mustard factory, bro. Or the Chick-fil-A sauce. What do you call them joints?
Yeah.
Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian sauce.
Oh, the sriracha one they got, which is off the chain. The Butterware collection. Yeah, because the Country Crock. You remember Country Crock? The big butter comes in there, and they get
that's to go box.
saved
That's like
saved.
leftovers.
Yo,
That's Tupperware, please.
Kevin, shut up. 3D printed dividers for the cookie tin? Shut up. Let me Google that real quick. Oh, I'm going to just blow somebody's mind. I'm going to print them and then give it to Baba. 3D printed cookie tin divider. Kevin just blew my mind. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. What is this joint called? Royal Dansk. Everybody knows about the Christmas season Royal Dansk because they be out here. Kevin, you're a genius and a scholar, my friend. Look at that. You can set it up nice.
Oh, yeah. I love that. It's a vibe, Royal Dance. Come on.
Kevin.
And those cookies are good. You dip them in the coffee.
In there.
I remember seeing those in the store once, and I was like, Will, you probably never had these cookies. He's like, oh no, we've had these cookies. I was like, you don't have any of these tins around. You've never had these cookies. Because why don't you have these tins? I've never seen this in your house.
It's a knee-jerk reaction. Let's see. If I kind of like I like the answers. I'm sorry. I like when I see people's channels that be like, this is, and then their name. Not by any reason then I lost my Musical.ly account and I couldn't figure out how to get back in, so I had to make a new TikTok. My TikTok handle is actually I am Doc instead of, Doc Rock. My original Musical.ly one I lost. I like a channel, This is Julie or This is Julie S, because you get to just be you. You're telling them out the gate. They know what they're subscribing to. The thing that's dope about Adventures is that's also catchy. It also makes me curious. Okay, what type of adventures is she finna go on? What kind of crazy things is she gonna do? Has she ever put rims on her wheelchair? Some kind of hyped up engine or do something crazy. But no, I actually like that This is Julie S, because you're just telling them this is me. What you get. It's WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, I changed mine. I'm just like Mary Lou. I'm done. I'm this is not content about making content because it isn't anymore, which is part of the discussion for today. So
okay.
Yeah, we can.
All right, let me get the Notion open. What's up, Eric? Viget up. Let me see. Notion. You're gonna need a notion, a calamine lotion. Sorry, I'm singing the damn Poison Ivy song. What the hell is wrong with me today?
That is.
Poison Ivy. All right. Every creator has a choice to make. Do you follow a trend or follow your heart? Do you create for the algorithm, create for your own creative soul? Today we're talking about the fundamental tension between creating for hype or creating for art. I love it. Man, that is perfect. Damn. Damn. That's good. As a
Right.
creator,
Yeah.
what project you made just for yourself that you're proud of, even though it didn't get much hype? Love that as well. Man, all right, I'm not gonna answer the question ahead of time. Ooh, I almost slipped. I almost slipped.
Yeah. There's not really like choices. I just made
No,
some decisions
I
while you were
like these
talking.
are phenomenal. Let's see. The pursuit of craft. The focus here on the process, the final process. Like, this is a conversation that me and Paul C have on a regular basis. Success is measured by personal satisfaction, a sense of creativity, integrity, building body of work. Okay, that's all great. Uh, Longer shelf life. This is also true. Creator is a master of the present moment, leveraging trends, algorithms for rapid growth. The pursuit of virality. Oh my God! Look, it's even considered misspelling because it's a dumb word.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like this.
I don't like this neither. The
It's like
primary goal is to capture
virality.
attention. It often involves trend jacking. Content creators highly clickable, easy shareable, optimizing for the algorithm and latest preferences. The ephemeral nature of success. While hype can lead to rapid growth, it can also be short lived. This content is often tied to a specific moment or trend, and once that trend fades, does the so does the content's relevance. Challenging
Okay. While
for
you read that, I'm going to be right back.
creators um, is to continually find the challenge for these creators is continually find the next wave to ride. 100%. I love it. Uh, this man, it already snitched on me. The blended approach, infusing art into the hype. A creator can take a popular trend, apply it to their unique artistic voice, instead of just replacing it with a viral challenge. They can use the same canvas for their own creative expression. This allows them to tap into massive audience while still creating something authentic. Strategic hype for artistic reach. A creator can use strategic plan of hype-driven content to draw attention to the more artistic long form. That's called. All right, there's a word for this, family. I'm gonna get to y'all. If I forget when we get here, just somebody type DJ in the chat so I can remind you what this is about. I have a something that we do in DJ World that totally matches this concept, and then we're gonna throw conclusions and takeaway. And anybody, should I open it or should I keep it sealed? I really, really like that. Let me pop in my pick with the week segment. Okay. I have so many. I always have so many. This week, I'm going to give y'all one that's not the cheapest. And for this, I forgive you. But I'm going to give you one. Don't be mad. Amazon. Don't be mad. Don't hate me.
About what?
My pick of the week don't come cheap, but it's good.
Oh, I see.
I would probably do this one. Okay. This. Poison ivy.
You ready? All right.
Hmm.
Good.
Plant that forest, create that evergreen content. Love it. This is super cool. Super cool. I like this. This is a very good topic.
We always get there.
It is kind of funny.
Yeah. It's like I just like we get talking about something, and then I'm like, that's the one. That's the thread I want to pull on.
That's actually a good way to think of it too, right? Like, you're
Hmm.
pulling on the thread. there's
Yeah.
um there's a good movie that's based on the Japanese parable about the red string.
Oh. That's good. That's good. That's good. Like another thing that's for another day is talking about creative critical thinking, which is a lot of how I'm able to pull stuff and like, guide a conversation or pick things and find content in on a turnip or whatever you said
Yes. Yes.
is a creative critical thinking and like listening. You're like, oh, that's interesting. And then let's go down that road.
Yeah,
Let's go down that road.
I'm in the beginning of rereading Julia Cameron's book,
Hmm.
and yeah, I love a lot of her thoughts on like creativity and where it is, and sort of where it's coming from. I think it's super interesting because so many people get so caught up in the actual creating process that they don't realize like the whole thing is a process. It isn't just the output.
Yes.
A lot of it is how you get there. And I also like how she speaks on that doing the pages is really same as meditation.
Hmm.
And something that a lot of the ex-gen people can't wrap their head around is prayer and meditation are one and the same.
Same.
It
Same,
just
same.
is. They just get mad because you didn't label it the way that they labeled it. I'm amazed that so many people get so stuck on labels. You know, it's kind of crazy. Here's a fact that will mess your head up. If I say to somebody, "Have you ever had sativa?" They'd be like, "Nah, fam, I don't smoke weed." And I'm like, "No, but I know for a fact you probably had some sativa this week." And they go, "No, I don't do drugs," because they get caught up on the
What's it
fact
in?
that somebody else labeled it a drug, right? Well, when Paul was a little kid or a teenager, their terminology for marijuana was grass. And the reason why their terminology for marijuana was grass is because, well, it's a grass. I'm going to do a Tagalog test on you. Do you know what is bigas?
No.
Okay, see, I'm just checking the Filipino girl. Raw
Yeah.
rice,
I don't know.
raw
Hmm.
rice in the Philippines is called bigas, right? Just like in Japan, raw rice is called kome, whereas cooked rice is called gohan. Well, the rice plant is Oryza sativa because it's grass. You're eating the seeds of grass. So cannabis sativa and Oryza sativa are both sativas,
Exciting.
right? And the Germanic form, before you scrape all of this shit off, the brown rice is technically the indica portion seeds of or Rise of Sativa. So it's funny how labels can get people so twisted. You're like, I don't do grass, but you eat rice, don't you? You do grass, damn it. Like, and when we try to say that it's a plant and it's not a drug, no, it's a drug because Jesus. I'm like, yo, I got Dom against two fat boys that if he was a real person, he smoked some weed.
Yeah.
Because it was normal back until somebody decided to make it, yeah. Anyway.
As a form of oppression, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Done with it.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's
Stretched.
go.
I'm not even gonna try. I end up having to I just clean my teleprompter.
Oh yeah. You're just close enough where it would hit.
Okay. Oh, my back is killing me right now. All right, let me restart the recording. Of course, right before we get right, Paul said he planned at the grandma's house. Right before we get ready to record, I always get the damn sniffles. Let's see. Hey, Mark. What's up, brother? Hop, hop.
Mark. Oh, Aubrey, you popped in. I saw Aubrey pop in.
Yeah, she's over there making faces at us in the back chat, trying to make me laugh. All right, I'm going to stop this recording. Gave it a second. Start the recording. Counting it down in 5, 4.
As a content creator, there is going to be a time where you're going to need to make a choice. Do you follow the trends, try to please the algorithm, or do you follow your heart as a creator, as an artist? Do you create based on what will make you go viral, possibly, or do you create based on what's going to feed your creative soul? So we're going to talk about that today because that's something that I've been toiling with for my lifetime, and I imagine some of you guys too.
100%. Chasing the hype. When we started talking about this, I thought of something that's really popped into my head. It's almost like content creating is a mystery on the level of dieting or losing weight. And there will always be somebody selling you the potential of dropping 10 pounds in a week. We've all done it. Any of us that weren't born rarely, we've all done it. But in the back of your head that that's not healthy, that's not good for you, it's not sustainable. You're normally going to yo-yo it right back. You've been told all of this. But every time somebody comes up and tells you, oh, I just tried this new thing, and within a week, like I literally lost 10, 20 pounds, you jump on it. That's how all the diets become fads. Content creating and the idea of creating for virality is in the exact same ballpark as this. It ain't good for you. It's not healthy for you, but it's easy to sell people on the potential of a shortcut. Right? Even people like me and Ty who take GLP-1s medically, there were people who were trying to take it fashionably. And that's the reason why the cost went up and they were impossible to get. And people that really needed to effectuate their A1C or prevent some other, life-challenging disease, they weren't able to get it because the fat jackers were out there. And I think if we as a community wrap our head around healthy lifestyle, that's also healthy creating style. This is why I challenge. I can't get burnt out. It is impossible for me to get burnt out. Why? Because I live a creator lifestyle, a healthy creator lifestyle, right? I'm not chasing numbers. I'm not chasing the bag. I'm not chasing virality. The only thing I'm chasing is a 12-year-old single malt. And after I drink it, I chase it with water. That's it. I might chase the tequila with a little salt and lime. That's what I'm chasing. 277 days of video every day. Not a short, Some days there's a video and a short. Some days there's a video and 3 shorts. But a long form, on average, 8 minutes or longer, sometimes 30. And I don't feel a thing. I ain't tired. I ain't ran out of ideas. I ain't upset with it. I ain't mad with it. I don't hate editing. I don't hate YouTube. I don't hate the algorithm. F the algorithm. Like, it ain't a superpower, dog. I'm not chasing. I am leading.
If anything, you have a better relationship with it now, right? Because you're making healthy choices on a daily as opposed to give me a quick fix.
Correct. I still have not tackled the concept. I'm just being, true transparent. Yeah. I still haven't tackled the concept of recording 5 in one day and letting them marinate. And it's not that I can't do it. I am fully capable.
Mm-hmm. But not everybody wants to do a marathon.
Yeah, I haven't got bent in that position. Well, here's what I think would happen. I would get those 5 days in, and then I will see an excuse to watch like 3 movies in a row, and I don't put out a video today. But that's good because my safety net is there. And then the next day, it's like, hey, can you pick up Emma from school? She's going to kick it with Unks all day. Bet. So then me and Emma, we're going to watch Gilmore Girls for the 50th time. Back on season 1 again. This kid is relentless. But
this one I never got into.
Me neither, but I'm into it now. I ain't got no damn choice. The little kid makes me.
You have no choice.
But, we start watching that. And then, it becomes food and family and something else. So it's okay. I got one in the can. Boom, let it go. If I do that more than 2 days, then I would have actually broken the streak. Because it'll be harder to come back to it because I put a little sabbatical in there. However, if I don't give myself the safety net and I have no choice but to bring my butt down here and do it regardless, no problem. I think the whole reason why people want to, and I could be wrong, I just might be my hang up. The whole reason why people want to batch create is to somehow shortcut the speed and get it done. You also might just be busy and that's the only time you have available to you. But I think when you hear that and people say, oh, go ahead and batch create it so you have it all to do, then you find out, oh, that was dope. I had all these things ready. So then you start making all these things ready. And then you come to a day where you're supposed to batch and create the next 10. And you're like, I don't feel like it. So then you put it off, and I don't feel like it. Then you put it off, and then I don't feel like it. And 2 weeks later, now you're out. Your gas is empty, and you're supposed to put more gas. And now there's a tension because you've been removed from the process so long, you feel out of cohorts. Have you done that? Have you ever outbatched yourself, and then it was time to come back, and then you're like, damn, I've been off too long. I got to come back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like, it's almost as if we all have our own individual journeys. It's almost as if there's no single answer. Riddle me this. Right? But yeah, like that has happened. I've also done it every day and been like, I don't want to do it anymore. I've done both versions, but neither of them are the winner for me.
What derailed you when you were doing it every day? If you could think about
when I was doing it every day.
Yeah, what derailed you? What was
what was happening?
What's the thing? What was the straw that cameled the feet? Whatever.
Well, okay, so I mean, it's good. It's related to the topic we're talking to today. It was apathy of the direction that my content was taking. It was, do I want to continue this direction because we're running down a path, right? And you can always turn around, but sometimes the ball's rolling so fast, it's hard to turn around.
She got apathetic.
Yeah.
Dang, that's interesting. So, that's super, super interesting.
It's like we talk about stuff and we care about it, but like at the core, I'm an artist. I know I'm an artist. I've always known I'm an artist. I know I'm a creative. And I want to share with people, I want to teach people, but I was getting to a point where I'm like, what am I even saying anymore? And then that's a reassessment, right? That's like a different thing. Your mission of helping, you know, 10 some billion people, you know, become creators, whatever, right? Like that's a clear point for your daily videos, right? Because the more videos, the more people you can help.
Correct.
And I definitely like, I don't know if it's like because of age or, you know, just that it's that crossroads for me of what am I even trying to say? You know, at this point, what am I even trying to say? What am I trying to do? And just needing to reassess that. So that's where I'm at. And
What
then
are
that's
we
why we have
doing?
these talks once a week.
Okay, see, that's good. That's good, right? Because you need to. It is one of those things. If you find yourself in a position where you don't really know what you're saying anymore, it can seem disconnected or derailed. It's a perfect example of what a derailment looks like. I think another form of derailment is who am I even making this for? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the one that goes kind of sideways because if you forget who you're making it for, it can absolutely mess you up. You know what I mean? Like we talked about this pre-show. I am not making content for somebody who just wants a quick answer. I don't need takers in my life. I'm selfish about it. You know what I mean? I want givers because I'm a giver. I want to be surrounded by other givers. If you just want to take, I can't say that I need you. And that might sound mean, it might sound a little jacked up, but yeah, I can't say that I need you. I want somebody that's willing to come in and get something from what we put out and then turn right back around and share something with their community and then bring something back and be like, oh, check out what I just picked up from my people. And then we're like adding to the stew, if you will. You know, we're bringing to the potluck. Because I'm a potluck content creator. I don't want to be a feeder. You know what I mean? There's different types of leaders. I don't want to be the leader that doesn't want someone to pass me and then lead me. I want to be able to fall back and let somebody else take the lead and enjoy their leadership as much as they enjoyed mine. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
See,
totally makes sense.
that experience comes from the army. Like
Mm-hmm.
you running point, and at some point, I can't run point right now. I got something else to handle. Right, my patient is going to take different care. I have to really focus on this. You guys come up with the next move. Bingo. All right. Boss said, you know, he got his hands in this dude's chest, so he can't do this. All right, who's going to run point? I don't even have to assign, right?
They just do.
Harvey would step up. Harvey's like, all right, I got it, you know? And then we could never understand what the hell Harvey was saying. He country as hell, but they were like, all right, we're going to come
But
right
he was
here
gonna
and
handle it.
come put right about 4 click to the left. I'm like, Harvey, you have got to uncountrify while we giving out directions, bro. We're going to get shot. But he was, you know, he'd be quick to step up, you know? My boy Leonard also be quick to step up. So if I couldn't lead the squad because I'm with a patient or whatever, I just didn't feel it that day, right? Or maybe I had to, you know, call somebody's mama and tell them they're not coming back. We sending you the dog tags. One of the other boys could just step up, right? So I think that's a leftover for me from there, which is why I don't want to be the only person in charge.
Yeah.
It's different.
I mean, and that is a good way to consider community, depending on like the kind of like to think of community, which I think is not exclusive of your art, but they're not necessarily the same thing. There's overlap if you're pursuing art, right? Or you're using creating to pursue community is kind of a different a different move. So a question for you and for, I guess, the audience, is there a project that you've made recently or, even in the past that was for yourself that you're proud of, even though maybe nobody saw it, maybe it wasn't for hype, maybe it wasn't even for the internet, something you created because you wanted to create it, that's not going to teach somebody, that's not here to be a resource. It's just you made it for art's sake.
I think I did recently, and I think I said, "Oh, this one ain't for y'all. This one is for me." I think so. I think I did make a video.
I've heard you say that. Yeah.
I have to look at my channel thing, but I'm like, all right, dude, I give y'all all the ones y'all want. This one's for me. And I just say that. Like, I confess there's no confusion when I do one of those. Hey, I know. I know. So, turns out, last week, we came ready to record. And as soon as we turned on the screen, we both was like, nah, fam, not today, Carol. This ain't happening. And we like, hey, people, today is going to be just chatting because we don't feel like recording today because there's a lot going on. Little did I know, as soon as we got off the internet, I was going to get a tsunami warning when it's like, say, son, pack your shit. So there's your answer. It happened last Tuesday. Right? It wasn't the first of those days. It won't be the last. But the fact that we can just be us, it's expected. I don't think anybody here is not expecting us to have one of those. All right, this is going to be a random Doc and Mary Lou go off on a tear day. It's part of, they know what they signed up for.
Yeah.
Are we going to be here?
I would also say, like,
rain or shine?
you're like you're woodworking, right? Like that's something you enjoyed creating, and like sure you had like a business with it, but also you probably just were there chipping away at some stuff because you liked it
all the time. Especially,
just
we had a
to
rule.
do.
If you're making something and you have 2 mistakes in the day, you would stop because you normally can dig a deeper hole. We would stop and we would either go home, go to lunch, go grab coffee. Sometimes the whiskey cabinet would open. Of course, after the whiskey cabinet opened, no more tools. Everything gets turned off for the day. We would shut the entire shop down. If somebody had a thing and they're making like 2 mistakes in the day, because they can get costly, we have a soccer horn, the air can. It was like, shop shut. Why?
That's it.
He just chipped out something in the planer, or they just accidentally stained something the wrong color, because it becomes a domino effect. And then so we would, as a team, we would shut down there's 4 of us. We would shut down the entire shop. Sorry, today's over. Let's go. We would head off to the bar or go do something, fun, just to like be out of it.
I do that with
Home
videos.
Depot and buy tools.
Like if I'm trying to record a bunch of videos and like it gets to just enough times of like this thing ain't working, then it's like blow the horn. Shop's closed. Give me the whiskey.
Luis has definitely seen my videos where every line ends with I sent it to Luis, and Luis is like, dog, you good? And I'm like, yeah, man, this video was not working. I was like, okay, family, EK fam, welcome to. They say, oh, okay, EK fam, we're gonna do. And Luis is like, damn, son. So those have definitely happened, and I'm with you. Walk away. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. Come back.
Walk away. Yeah.
Walk on by.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I think that's like when we talk about the derailment, it was more of an intentional, like, let me just step back here real quick. Let me just need to look at this from a bigger lens. But like, it's been great because I did pre-schedule a bunch of things. So people are like, oh my gosh, I love this video you posted today. I'm like, what was it? Because I scheduled that 3 months ago.
I think that's different. Okay, let me fix that. I think this type of batching that you do is different. So we did a recent episode, and I had Opus set to automatically grab it. I didn't mean to. They added a feature. I forgot to turn it off. It automatically grabbed the video. I BS you not. I went into the Opus page, and there's 15 videos labeled 95 and higher. And I was like, okay, Opus, you tripping. There's no way all of these are good. And then I started listening to them, and I was like, damn, she was on one today. I could legit post every single one of them joints. Now, Paul showed me how to line it up better, because on some of them, I'd be like this, and then Mary Lou be like that. But if you just
She
ignore
needs a
that
little nudge sometimes.
and just
Yeah.
let it go without playing with it, I could legit schedule every single one of them joints and just have them come through dripping, drip, drip. Diamonds on my neck, they tripping. Ice. Sorry, my Tourette's is off today. They were like really, really good. And so Paul and I were talking about this the other day. You got to get in the habit, especially when it comes to shorts, like Dr. G was saying earlier. Your short is a short, dog. It don't got to be cute. Over-edited shorts is killing the shorts game. Shorts are meant to be nasty. Shorts are... Go to Costco today. They're
It's a text message, right?
They're going to be...
It's
the
not.
lady is sitting over there, and she got the little cracker with the chicken spread. She made a little chicken
It's a
salad.
sample,
It comes in
yeah.
a little Dixie cup. It's like... It's not presented like at a Michelin star restaurant with a little star on the top. It's presented in some piece of paper or a napkin or something you crumb and throw away. The taste is still good. And all that is for, that Costco sample is to hook you to reach back into the aisle and go get the 50-pack. That's what shorts are for. Shorts are Costco samples. You trying to make them cute, which is why you frustrated. You not making shorts because you don't have time to edit them, which is why your channel's not growing. Your short is just supposed to be a Costco sample. You know, you hit them with a little, it's like at the end of the date, you lean in and get a little kiss on the cheek, you hit a little something, and then they be like, I gotta wait 3 days before I call them. They can't wait 3 days. They call you the next day. You like, got him, hook.
Fun fact,
Why you
I
laugh,
used to
Mary
do
Lou?
in-store
Don't stop.
samples.
Don't snitch on yourself. You laugh too good at that one. keep some things under the vest there, Lou. She laughed real hard when I said that. Got him. That's how she got Will.
Always got him. Always got him.
She hit him with the little blink with the eye, and Will was like, some enchanted evening, waiting for my true love.
No, I hit him with a, you need to call me tomorrow. I said that to him point blank.
I
You
like
need
that.
to take my number and you need to call me tomorrow. And he did. And we haven't stopped hanging out since.
Yeah, like it's super, super good. Paul said trailers, shorts are like trailers for your long form. 100. 100. And too many people overthink it. You really just got to like let them out. And I had mentioned in the workshop that we were doing, I was like, if I get to the point where I find myself wanting to edit a short, I normally download it and bring it into Final Cut or DaVinci and fix it. Or I go back to the original source material because I still have it and then go fix it there. But the reality is you should avoid that at all costs because that's the friction, right? Every time you want to go and redo it, that's the friction. And again, the reason why you're wanting to edit it is because you're trying to be perfect. You trying
Yeah,
to follow the hype.
My theory with the shorts, especially like anything that like comes out of Opus, like I guess all shorts always is like, oh, that's fine. If it hits, that's fine. It can be scheduled.
Yeah. Shorts can kind
And
of be
sometimes
like
it's greater
darts.
than that, but yeah, it's like, oh, that's fine.
Shorts can absolutely be like darts. Don't try to, not darts from the bullseye game, but darts from cricket. You just trying to get 3 in each number until you get the 300. You just keep throwing. If you don't play darts, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
All right, so as a creator, I know this about you, that you are driven by something meaningful. So for the kids who don't know at home, remind them, why do you create content?
I woke up one day after my third chance of nearly dying. And I was like, what they going to write on my tombstone? Like, what is my legacy? And I realized that of all the gifts I have, one of the gifts is to motivate people to do something meaningful. And I'm like, if I can teach other people to do something meaningful by them sharing their stories and helping somebody else out, then that would be valuable. So I said, I'm on a mission to positively affect the lives of 1 billion people. And somebody asked me recently, why'd you pick 1 billion? Because when I fuck around and get it wrong, I did 750 million. But if I said my goal is to affect the lives of 50 million and I get it wrong, it's only 20 million. So if I
Have we actually started to crunch any numbers of like writing down the people that you know you have helped get going and then the amount of subscribers they have?
It's too many.
Yeah.
I can't even
But like,
think.
yeah, I feel like you're on your way. I tell you this all the time. I'm like, this mission that you're on, like you are doing it and it's strong. It's strong. And I'm so proud of you for pursuing that because it's clear. Okay. And that is why you can post every day.
Let's say I absolutely 110% fail. I mean, like raw dog trash it. Right?
You already succeeded now.
It would be somewhere in the audience of 10 to 20 million. Right? Let's say I raw dog trashed it harder than that. Like, I came in like the Mets. 750,000. But you got to ask yourself, how many people did you help so far? Too many folks is greedy. So for the 5 people that I get this week, and the 5 people that I get next week, or the 50, well, the week before was dope because I went to a conference and I had over 100 people coming to me and telling me that it was off the chain. So that conference day counted. But then now, one of the people I know for sure, 2 people I know for sure, have done like 4 lives since I saw them 3 weeks ago. And one of the dudes' lives was 200-something people in it. And then when he see me in the chat, he be like, hey, fam, I just want y'all to know that I just did this thing. And the reason why I'm doing this live today is Doc is here. Thank you, Doc, because you pushed me to do this live. And look, all these people are going. And everybody's like, yeah, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. So that's 1 plus 200-something. Right? Brandon and JP are pushing like 300 people to stream. Right? It took me 3 years. Mary Lou was there for one of them. Come on, Brandon. Y'all need to get on this live. Dog, I don't know about the live thing. Blah, blah. Now you can't get that fool off the internet. We sat at NAB, him and JP in their red and black checker shirt. We sat in the thing trying to get a pizza. We were standing in line for something, looking at the Axoon booth. And, dog, I'm going to look into it. Shut up, dude. It's been like 2.5 years. Look into it. And then what? We got to do live from NAB.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, you're right. Like, I gave myself a crazy mission because, like I told y'all before, my grandpa said, if you need $50, ask for 100. You guarantee you get 50, you might get 100.
And so what I feel for you is like your art is not necessarily the making of the videos. Your art is the helping of other people to make videos. Like that is the pursuit you are on.
Listen, I'm glad he showed up today. Good to see you, Larry. This brother survived cancer. And if I can convince him to throw perfection out the window and just talk about that surviving situation, from that perspective, yo, dude only helped out 10 people. That's a good 10. Because that's 10 people that need it. But Larry's cooler than that. It ain't going to be 10 people. He can't accidentally help 10 people. It's going to be 50x that, maybe 100x that. But you got to get too many people. Everybody, stop the dang car. Pull over, put your blinker on, slow down, listen to this. Stop trying to help them a million at a time. I'm going to again use my brother Larry as an example. As a cancer survivor, if this week, the first week of August, in our year of our Lord 2025, if he could only help one other person who has been affected by cancer this week, he has done some serious work. Too many people like, I can't get 1 million followers, I can't go viral, so I can't help. That's what happens when somebody needs a fundraise and you're like, oh, I'm too embarrassed to give $5. If 400 people are embarrassed to give $5, you just shorted that charity or whatever out of 2 G's. So you be thinking about it from your perspective, how you fitting to look. If all you got is 5, damn it, give up the 5. It says it. Every little bit helps. Every one of these campaigns that you see, every little bit helps. Now, where my old people at? Who had the orange box on Halloween? Trick or treat, put some pennies in the box. Who remember that? UNICEF. In your school with 2,000 kids going around collecting the UNICEF box, which was good when it's full for about $3. 2,000 kids bring the UNICEF box on November 1st. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Joe, man. That's 6 G's to help out unicorns. I never did know what UNICEF was for. I always thought it was for unicorns. I know what it is now. But when I was a kid, I thought we was raising money for unicorns.
You know those unicorns need help.
They need
every
help.
penny counts.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, Larry, specifically for you. And Aubrey, I say this to her all the time. Like somebody that just like you decided to kiss the concrete with their face and got traumatic brain injury, they need to hear whatever you got to say, no matter how Aubrey it is today. Because they just need to know that somebody out there like them. You know what I mean? So yeah, say your piece. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's gone through any sort of life-changing situation, divorce. Look at Kenya. She got divorced, thought she dropped everything. She thought it was OVA over. But she said, I ain't no bitch. She pulled up herself. She got up there. She go, I'm going to teach y'all how to grow a business as a newly divorced person. She's sitting on 750,000 people on TikTok. That goes to tell you how big divorce is. $750,000 people on TikTok. She got the city of Portland and part of Eugene, because Portland ain't but 680. She got an entire city of people following her because she said divorce is not the end of me. It's the beginning. Just saying.
And on the note of perfection, right? So Survivor Larry said, promise I will not let perfection stop me any longer. Something that has been standing out to me lately to remind myself is any progress is progress. Any progress is progress.
Divide it up. Progress.
What's the meanings?
Pro means forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's in the positive. Gress means forward. Pro means in the positive. Gress means forward. Re means backwards. Gress is, movement, right? Egress, ingress, progress, regress, right? Those are the basic forms of gressing. I don't know what the gress part is, but it's motion. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. And so what I've been thinking about is, let's say, for example, like working out, right? You get on a schedule, you gotta like, whatever challenge you're trying to do, and then you fall off. You fall off for a day, you fall off for the next day. And then you start to think, I failed, I can't do this ever. Right? That's what happens to people. Because I couldn't do it perfectly the first time. I'm just not supposed to do this. But any progress is progress, even if it is imperfect progress, if it is ugly progress, if it is anything, you are progressing. Any progress is progress. And to not think about the what didn't, like think about what didn't work in order to improve, right? But like what didn't happen. If you dwell so much on that, then you get into regression, right? Instead of progress. We want to keep moving forward.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Some of us have tested that theory. Myself and Aubrey and Larry, and some of us have tested that theory, and was like, "Yo, I'm happily failed that test. I'm not trying to win this one." You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, it is.
And perfection's
crazy.
kind of boring anyway, ain't it?
Yeah, facts. There you go.
Perfection's kind of boring.
Perfection is boring.
Like, I don't love perfection. You're like, okay, sure.
Yeah, there's something about some of my favorite things in life come from taking all of the leftover pieces is and putting it together to make something. I love me a stew. I love me a curry. Absolutely adore fried rice. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. I seem to like things that can be made from a bunch of broken stuff. I didn't never really think about that till you just said that, but that's because perfection is a little bit boring.
Yeah. So talk to me about the pursuit of Doc Pops, right? It's something you wanted to do. It could be a business venture, right? It is a business venture. If you haven't got your Doc Pops, get your Doc Pops. But did you wait till it was perfect?
No.
To launch it?
No.
Like maybe the product, you want the product that's going to get into people's hand to be like a certain quality, and like there's a vision for that. But the project doesn't stop.
No.
Right?
And
the project happened.
When I go to do some things, I will make changes. I will make adjustments. There'll be a version in 2. I had a really good friend of mine, Eric Nakagawa, hit me up and was like, "Bro, you just got to ship." And this is back when I had the co-working space. I was working on a bunch of different projects and kept getting close, but never putting them out. And he was like, "You just got to ship." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Just put it in the damn app store. Let it go." And I'm like, "But it's not ready." And he goes, "Well, what if you did all the work to make it ready the way that you want to make it ready and it bombs?" I go, "Yeah, that would suck." And he goes, "Cool. Put it out while it's 70% ready. The people will tell you what they want and you can fix it. And then you get to 100%. You have to let it out." And from that moment on, this was circa 2013, I've been in a just shipping mentality. And the funny thing is, I couldn't look at Eric and not take what he said to be true. Yesterday, I'm watching Keith and Jimmy. I had no business watching Keith and Jimmy. I had stuff to do. But I'm watching Keith Pelzer and Jimmy Hicks, and they were talking about your known and trusted sources. You got to pay attention to, and I say this all the time, you got to pay attention to who you're listening to. You got to pay attention to what you're watching. If you're trying to be a content creator and you're only watching creators that are over 1 million, you will absolutely suffer. If you're trying to be a content creator and you're watching other creators who are in the same boat with you, those rising tides will boat. You're looking at Norwegian Cruise Line trying to figure out how come your little rowboat can't do what the Norwegian Cruise Line can do. So you gotta be real careful at just watching channels that are like, I was talking to my niece a couple weeks ago, and she's talking about Mr. Beast, and I'm like, yo, Jimmy is none of your business. She was like, who's Jimmy? I was like, Mr. Beast. Jimmy is not none of your business. You can watch it for entertainment, but do not watch it for education. You can't be Mr. Beast. First of all, you're cuter than that. Second of all, you're more normal than that. And he's a good dude, right? But you just don't even sweat that. Like, you can't be that.
Right. And so Jimmy, Mr. Beast, is one of the kind of creators that is hype driven, but I do think that is his art, is hype. That's why he's risen to the top.
Yeah.
His art, his work was the deconstruction of attention. That's what his pursuit has been. It was, not storied, not affecting. It was what is the pieces that go into, like, it was like the scientific method of breaking down attention on the internet, on YouTube. That is why he's where he's at. So you watching that, and that is not the thing that draws you, is really, really digging down and analyzing attention, then that's not for you. Like, I do not care about the numbers. Like, the numbers are nice. It does give you some information. I do like tracking analytics. I like tracking trends. But granular numbers I don't even see them, So when someone's like, this video got this many views, I'm like, did it? I don't know. I just,
like
I don't
grandma
think
making
of
a
numbers
cake,
in
right?
that way.
Grandma could just, she just pour it. I feel it. And they come out bomb.
Yeah.
You got the Dunkin',
Yes.
the Paul Dunkin' cake mix, and your joint come out crooked and flat. There's no way to ruin that. Your deluxe moist is dry as hell. Grandma, because of experience, fam, it's not because the algorithm. It's not because of anything. It's because grandma is on cake 200 and you on cake 5. So even if you buy the Paul Dunkin' Deluxe Moist, German chocolate, your joint sideways. Hers is flawless. Here's an egg, here's a flour and some baking powder, baking soda. You need baking soda. Sorry,
Right.
Just tripping today.
And you can so it's not to say that, like, pursuing what is popular is bad, right? There's a reason pop culture exists. There's a reason that pop music exists. There's a reason that there's things that people all like, and then people latch onto it and make content. Like, there's trends. There's a reason for this. Okay, this, like, human nature. It's not a bad thing, but you have to look at yourself. If you go this route, will you be happy? Because or more so, what is at risk? At what cost? If
Right.
going the trend route, going the algorithm pleasing route does feed you, congratulations. But not often does it. At least not in my experience in talking to creators.
Facts.
Because an algorithm is a bad boyfriend, right?
Yes.
He's like,
And
I love you, I
can't
love
beat
you.
it.
No, I don't. And then he won't call you ever again.
You can't beat it. It's not designed for you to beat. I want to do pick of the weeks, and then I got an idea about how to do
Okay.
this.
All right.
So what's your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is having a hard copy of the U.S. Constitution while we
come
have
on,
the U.S.
gangster.
Constitution. Just having the hard copy. I just like to have it for reference, right? Because in history, we know that information is power. And with the way the internet is and the way people can revise things and the way, any which way you think about it, just having the hard copy of this for reference. Like, I want it for reference. So if the rules change, I knew what they were at this point. And then I can use that information. And then that gets into my critical thinking stuff like this, So it's like, is this not the Bible for me? But I just like having the copy so I can look at things. You know what I mean?
Well, especially because people that be talking spicy about it have no idea what it really say. That's the part that cracks
Yes, and I'll
me
be
up.
like, let's take a look.
Let me show you what it really
Let's take
do
a
say.
look. In case of disagreement, we adjourn them to such time as he shall think proper. Yet another efficiency measure. One house of Congress cannot avoid the other simply by adjourning. You can't run away from this fight.
Uh-huh.
Is what it
Imagine
is.
if that just happened
That
2
was a
weeks ago.
random excerpt.
Imagine if that just happened 2 weeks ago. Like, oh,
Oh, imagine. Could
we're
you
gonna
imagine?
hide. So let's just everybody go home, recess, click. No, bitch.
Right.
That's
So
not
when
how
it's,
it works.
you know, and it's those kind of things of like, what is, people like to just throw out unconstitutional, like just throw it out there without looking at anything. The same thing, people were like, it's not that in the Bible. It's like, I don't know. Show me the page where it says that.
Oh, Keith and then would tell you I've gotten in trouble in the ECAM community because people bring up some stuff and I hit them with a verse, which is funny because I'm the atheist, but yet I went to school, dude, and my memory
studied?
is way crazy, so I can pull some joints out. And they're like, "Wait, I thought this dude was the heathen." I am, but I still know your book better than you. You profess. Dang it.
Yeah, I will say this copy that I got, it is explained. It has like explainers cause by cause. So I went
like
to the bookstore and like looked at a couple of different options. Like you can just get the raw documents if you want, but this one has like explanations,
You can get the
which
skinny one.
I really appreciate because I don't speak their language.
All right, my pick of the week is, it's kind of heavy. This is a Nanook 935. Now, this one just happens to say red Komodo on it, but there's no red in here. This is a waterproof case. You guys have seen me make my travel kit. It lives in one of these. It is relatively bulletproof. You could throw it when you're, people just grab it and throw things. But the reason why I think everybody should just have one in general, they do come in different sizes if you don't need one as big as mine. If you're ever in a situation where you need to grab your gear and have it be protected, flood, sprinkler system broke, or you just need to go somewhere, everything goes in there. You can rearrange it and configure it however you want. You put all important things in there. And one of the things that crossed my mind was I was able to protect all of my gear and grab it because of the tsunami situation, but we had all of our important papers that live inside of a safe. You can't carry a safe, okay? That joint is heavy. Or it lives in a big
It's
filing
like by
cabinet.
design, right?
You can't carry that either. That thing is like dang near 400 pounds. So I was like, we need to get a Pelican case that we can grab all of the documents and throw them in there. As a matter of fact, they should live in the office inside. I like Nanook better than Pelican. They're interchangeable brands. You could even get cheaper brands from Harbor Freight that's not as rugged. But like the waterproof.
The waterproof
boom.
case, right?
Waterproof
With wheels.
will survive everything, right? And safes are not normally waterproof. Flood will go inside of a safe. And this guy, you can just grab it. You can drive a car over it and it will not hurt it. So put
Facts.
your
I
important
have
stuff.
proven this with a truck. We had, for one of the tours I was on, there was a Pelican case with iPads in it, and somebody set it underneath where the lift was. And then we're loading in the truck, and the lift's not going down. And we're like, what is happening? What is happening? And we find this Pelican case is underneath the lift. It crushed a little bit, but I tell you, everything in there was untouched.
Perfect.
And then they just replaced it.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do come with long warranties. So when one thing before, they were just always black and kind of ugly. But when Mary Lou and I were at NAB and we went by the Nanook booth.
Pretty ones.
The Nanook booth. The Nanook booth.
The Nanook booth.
They got all myriad sorts of colors. So if you're trying to get your freak on, I got an orange one and a green one and a black one. But they got like powder blue. They got first aid kit versions.
Really pretty ones.
They got all myriad sorts of stuff. So I highly suggest, especially if you live in the wilderness or somewhere where, nowadays with the weather, it's not even worth, I don't need that where I live. Trust me, the way the weather's acting, you might just. So I'm gonna highly suggest you get in there and go check it out. But anyway, that's my pick with the week.
I love that pick of the week. So what's your idea? What
Okay, so we said we're going to talk about one of the best ways to approach this is the blended approach. And that's the idea of maybe occasionally you will mix in a little pop culture because it's relevant. Okay, So I'm going to do a test off the top of my head. How your content creating can be exactly like a labubu. See, the secret to a labubu is the psychology of the blind box. A blind box is based on this concept if you don't know what you're going to get. But that's not wholly true. You do know what you're going to get. You're going to get one of six or one of eight. I've seen them as much as one of a dozen. But it's going to be one of that dozen and then the occasional mystery. So if you're a content creator and you're talking about really cool travel destinations and you always are, say, hyped up on a particular place, like for me, it's Japan. And if I create a bunch of videos around Japan, and then I go one day, hey people, guess where I am? You're never going to believe it, but it's not Japan. And then you back away, and here comes a tuk-tuk. I'm not in Japan. I'm in Manila. That's that mystery. That's that extra blind box for your audience. So if you create content exactly like a boo-boo, la boo-boo, however the hell you say it, you're putting them up. So you're giving them something that they don't know what they're going to get, but they kind of know what they're going to get because you're sticking within your niche. And that's how you can use the benefit or the hype of a labubu in your content and be successful with it. Clip that!
Absolutely. You could do that.
Clip that! I just pulled that out of my anus. Clip that.
Yeah, but that's the work though that is done every day, right? That's the stuff that's like, sure, you pulled that out, but you do that always. So that muscle is active. There's always a way to connect. Like that's where like my idea pulling is like, because I'm always doing that. Like, listen, like we can't even sit at dinner without me being like, oh, that's a topic. That's a topic. That's a topic.
That's what, after about 3 of them ceramic cats, the whole table is litty.
Let's go.
You probably still have yours.
She sits on my desk.
Really?
She's got a little.
Oh
yeah.
my God! Look,
Keep it here.
Oh my God! That's a
And I got some like $2 bills in here.
In Japan, we call it a manikineko, but we got it from a Chinese restaurant. And Katie and Mary Lou had a couple of them. I'm gonna stop snitching. Ooh, the power just fluctuated in the office. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Uh-oh.
That was the
Heard that.
It's on battery backup, so nothing goes down. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but that's a good way to take something that's sort of hype oriented. Even if you don't do it, I can mix it into the convo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What can we learn from the F1 movie? What can we learn from the boo-boo culture? You know, I don't know the first thing about football, but football season is upon us. What can, we who make whatever you make learn about it in the way the NFL does it? And then you could just talk about it. Like, you could just bring it up. You can mix in all of the words that you don't know because they'll come and fix it for you. You're going to create engagement without, and again, don't be cheesy about it. There's a way to fire off engagement without being cheesy. Like, creating clickbaity content for clickbaity sake is a little irritating, but I'm going to keep giving him credit for it because Kevin changed my mind. Kevin said, if you're still giving value, it ain't clickbait.
It's true because you didn't bait. There's not, it's for real. Okay, so pick this instead of rapid fire. We're going to do this exercise. Okay, we're going to pick random niche, random trending topic.
Who gave her a keyboard?
I did. Okay. Wow. Okay. And I will tell you this, like there's so much information out in the world. Like I'm looking at the Google Trends trending now in the United States past 24 hours. I do not know what any of this is.
Oh, that makes it more fun.
Right? Okay. So like it's topics I don't even know. Maybe you'll know. Okay. So pick a random general niche.
Let's see. Let's pick a
crochet.
Crocheting.
Crochet and trending topic, Alien Earth.
Alien Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even know what Alien Earth is, but
it's a new alien show with aliens going to Earth.
Yeah, okay. So here's how you would, okay, if you're in the crochet niche and you're looking for something new and creative that you can do, go to Google Trends. We just discovered that Alien Earth seems to be popping off on Google Trends. One of the first things I would do is do a fast Google on it, see if I see any imagery, and then think about what type of patterns could I create or items that I could create that follow a alien coming to Earth sort of motif, and I would build patterns around that. So, for example, you can be like, here is a mama alien and her baby aliens. You know what really perplexes me? Why are we so cocky that we think all aliens will come in some sort of humanoid form? Why can't they come out looking like a she shell? Anyway, food for thought. Let me see what you create. Drop it down in the comment section below.
Fun.
Take that.
You know what GPT OSS means?
GPT?
OSS.
No, but I'll find out in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. So GPT OSS is a trending topic, which I still am not having. What
It's
is
the
it?
most pre-training and post-training techniques, particularly focused on reasoning.
Okay. Let's do GPT OSS and repairing kitchen appliances.
Repairing kitchen appliances. So, as you know, ChatGPT or OpenAI has just released brand new models known as GPT OSS. Without getting complicated, they're a different form of reasoning that can get you the results that you're looking for based off of their training. Well, if you were out here starting an appliance repair business and you wanted to be like me, the main thing that you need to know is that this is not a stationary pattern. This is something that you're ever evolving and ever putting out. And instead of just sticking to what you've been doing, it's very important that you're paying attention to the new trends that are coming out. Like, how do you repair one of these eco-friendly appliances? Or better yet, how do you pay attention to the trends of manufacturers creating appliance obsolescence where these things are designed to like die in 2 or 3 years and basically clog up the landfills? So you must stay on top of your game. And if you want to learn more about that, make sure you follow How to Repair, the advanced channel, where we set up and I teach other appliance people how to do the way that we do over here at How to Repair.
Fun.
With a beer and a cigarette in your hand.
Yes. All right. Have you been exposed to K-pop demon hunters yet?
Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, there is a Isla and an Emma, and that is all that's on the
that's why I was
damn
like, you know
TV.
this, right? My little soda pop. Okay, so
Oh my
K-pop
God.
demon hunters and a channel about moderating.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. I don't know if you caught on to this vibe yet, but K-pop Demon Hunters is the real thing. That is sort of what you're doing when you're moderating a channel. You are looking for those demons, those people that are coming in to try to derail a creator's stream. As a moderator, it is your job to act just like the singers in K-pop Demon Hunters, to go out there and find those zombies, find those demons who are trying to bring evil upon your people's stream. Here are 3 tips that I bring to the table. Click, 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 click. And if not, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Yes, and then those songs will be stuck in your head.
Them songs,
It was
oh my
very
God.
good. It's
Yo,
like simple but cute, and like, it was great. It had a
so
message.
the girl who plays Rumi, Arden Cho, I did her music video. If you do a Google for Arden Cho / caffeine, I shot, edited, and recorded that music video. That's my homie.
Arden Cho, caffeine.
Caffeine
That's
on
our
YouTube.
big pick of the week. Yes.
Yeah.
Open up, girl. Give it to me. She's just singing?
Yeah, she's singing in front of a graffiti wall.
What I got, she's singing. Is it a graffiti wall? She's like in a studio?
Yeah. She has a gold microphone.
All right, here.
It's my old microphone.
This might not be it. Hold on. I'm going to put it here in the chat. You tell me if that's the one. Caffeine.
Yeah, there's only one. It's the number 126,000 views from 12 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I shot that video.
Yeah, I think that's the one I linked in there. Amazing.
It's blue.
I love that.
Like the background is blue.
Yes.
Yeah, I shot that video. Look at the end, you'll see the credits. I shot it, I edited it, I directed it, I did everything.
Doc Rock.
Yeah. My homie Topher was there.
I love that.
Yeah, that was
So,
back when we
okay,
were like
Dachshund one,
the
two.
beginning YouTubers.
I love this.
Yeah,
3, 4, 5. He's all up in these credits.
yeah, because I made the credits. It was all me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Filmed
People
in
be like,
Hawaii.
"Oh, well,
Aloha.
he don't know nothing about no creating." Well, it turns out I do, sucker.
So good. So good. And that, like that was for art, you know, like you're hired, but you're hired because of art you knew how to do,
Yeah,
craft you knew how to do, right?
yeah, and
Cool.
we have the Korean community is very supportive of each other. And she just came to Hawaii and was like, "Yo, I need somebody that can do this. I got to record this Korean song, this K-pop song, blah 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 blah." And she's like, "Oh, I know the perfect person." And when she first saw me, she looked at me like, "Oh, are you Doc?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she goes, "Oh, I had reached out to the community and they told me to call you." And I was like, "Hi, 초능 덕입니다." It? She was like, that was the beginning. That was the beginning. And then yeah, we just been friends ever since. Like, she's a pretty good actress. She's been in a bunch of stuff. And stunt person, like the whole 9 yards. But yeah, she's cool people. She's like a little sister.
Cool. I love that. Yeah. Final thoughts on art versus hype and the blended approach.
I think that there is a way to mix both, but again, it is like ghost pepper. A little bit. Just enough to add that extra kick, but don't get crazy with it. Because again, if you get super, super stuck on chasing the virality, that's always what you're going to chase. The advantage of talking about things that are popular is as things are transcribed in the SEO and the GEO, that's cool. It's going to give you a lift. But that can't be the basis. It can't be a fake ladder because you'll be up there changing the light bulb and somebody will kick it right from underneath you and then you'd be hanging. You still need to have a very foundational base on your content. You still need to understand. Sorry, the hiccups now. You still need to understand that your audience is over the algorithm. Again, you can't catch the algorithm. You can't beat it. You can't join it. Just create, fam. Like literally put all of this craziness away and just create. And one of the reasons why Pablo Picasso could sell for as many as he sold, if you ever get an opportunity to go to a real artist studio, I mean, an artist who's commercially available and commercially selling, if you ever get a chance to see their studios, some of them have studio galleries where they're in the same spot, you'll see tons of stuff that will never get sold on the floor, on the wall. Like if you go into an artist who does canvases, there'll be stacks of canvases already painted. You know what I mean? But that's not out there. If you look at any successful designer, ask to see their portfolio. They're going to show you the finished work. Ask them to see your work in progress portfolio. Yo, it's hundreds of pages of just craziness, right? What you see Marshall's final output is nothing like what it starts out as. You cannot get to the finish line without going through some steps. You cannot make a Jacques Pepin omelet without cracking some eggs. But
Parked
Jacques
car
didn't
won't drive
crack 3
itself.
eggs. He did not crack 3 eggs, fam. Trust me, that dude has been through hundreds of thousands of eggs to get that perfect omelet. The perfect French omelet that everybody, when you go to school and you learn how to make an omelet, they try to get you to Jacques Pepin level. Yo, Jacques been making omelets for a minute when it was just So like it's really important that you get to that standpoint. And please, if you're struggling with your perfection, remind yourself that you trying to be perfect is the most selfish thing you can do. And I don't think any of you are intentionally selfish. People need to see you. They need to see you exactly as you is, and you trying to be perfect is just a little bit selfish. And with that, we say,
you have been unstuck with creators Unstuck, Doc Rock, and Mary Lou Mandel.
I love that. It's so fun.
That's my friend Doc Rock over here. You can find him all over the internet at DOCROCK.
And that right there is Mary Lou Mandel. You can find her all over the internets at marylou.mandel. Mandl. There's no E. I have no idea where it went. She ran out of money. She couldn't buy a vowel. So that's what
There's
we
also no
got.
dot in it. It's just Marilyn Mandel.
I'm just joking.
The one and only.
Actually, did you know the dot is irrelevant? I don't know if people know this, but the computer doesn't really see the dot. It's a visual thing.
Uh-huh.
But the computer
Yeah.
ignores the dot. So if you need to make an email address, you could put maryloumando.chickenfeed@gmail.com. It would still find you if that was your email address. Like whatever comes after the plus or the dot is irrelevant. Anyway, that was super cool. I really like this because, yeah, I think it's so easy to get just wrapped up in the too many things. And I mentioned this recently. It's kind of like golf. Golf is one of those games where everybody's giving you constant advice, but the only way to play is to play. And you don't get better by reading golf magazines. You know, they're in every dentist's office, every doctor's office, but the only way to get better is to do it, you know, so.
Do it.
All right, fam,
Nothing
you know
to
what we
it but
say
to do
around
it.
here? See ya! Get it, see you? That's so stupid. Let me end this recording. I was going to give you an update that I think you'll be happy about.
Okay.
In 2 hours, I'm going
2 hours.
I'm going to see the brain people.
Good.
To
How do you feel about that?
I don't have feelings. I just do. I'm a weird person. I'm not a fan of expectations because I grew up constantly being disappointed. And so I came to a level that this is why people mad. All right. When somebody comes in and says, I was expecting to get this and this, and you gave me this and this. Is it my fault or your fault? I didn't tell you to expect that. You expected that. If you open up a video and you say, I'm going to get whatever I get out of this video and be happy with it, you're a happy person. If you walk into a video saying, I expect them to tell me how to make $1 million in 15 minutes, and you don't get that, then you have not met expectations. So I've learned to enjoy life by not putting undue expectations. I am very joyful and happy with whatever I get. And if it's not pleasant, I open it's like blind box. If I open the blind box, I'm like, damn it, I got another of the same one. I just give that one away to somebody else.
I can't wait till you get to the other side of this because I did not ask you what you expected.
No, you asked me how I feel about it. But
And you
I
said you
think-
don't have feelings, but you do have feelings.
No, not like that. Okay, I'm not.
But
I'm not-
that's not my job. You go talk to them.
No, I'm not numb, but I don't put undue weight on feelings. That's a better answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a numb person. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is where I think people get it confused when, you know, I'm telling my ECAM people, like, y'all be putting too much feelings on stuff that don't matter. Like, if you called me today and said, you know, something tragically happened to somebody, like, I feel that. That's a different story. But I feel overwhelmed by a bunch of blinky lights. Fuck that. There's no way. That's like, why? What the hell does a light got to do with anything? Like, somebody told you to be scared of that, and now you're scared of it. That's not a real feeling. That's a reaction. There's a difference between a feeling, an emotion, and a reaction. And most people can't even describe to you the difference between a feeling and emotion. One is chemically based, right? And one, you know when they say a gut feeling? The reason why you have a gut feeling is something triggers in your hormones that actually makes your stomach feel funny. That's where the terminology comes from, right? When you have apprehension or anxiety, your stomach literally does a thing, like, because it's trying to, why does your stomach do it? I'm not even going to explain it. I'm going to ask you, why does your stomach feel funny when you feel apprehensive or anxious?
Didn't you just explain that?
No, I'm telling you, do you know why? There's a reason for it.
Okay.
Yes.
Survival?
Say it
The
again.
instinct that you like need to stay away from something?
Yeah, you got to crank the energy mixer, right? The way you get a battery to work is to put it in the thing with the two wires, right? Food, glucose, protein, that's your energy source, right? So when you get anxious or apprehensive or scared, the reason why you feel it in your stomach, that's your stomach digesting really quickly so you can haul ass, right? That, when you say that gut feeling, that apprehension you feel in your stomach is your stomach digesting your food to give you the energy to do what you know you got to do. So that is why, if you're paying attention in these streets, fear and arousal are the same to your brain and your stomach. But what you do with your conditioning is how to be trippy. This is going to sound crazy, but I was a parachutist. There are people who jump out of a plane that need to change their drawers when they get to the ground from different orifices. Some out the back, some out the front, and it ain't the urine. They just got, they like legit had an OG in the air. Fear and arousal are the same. To your brain, it's the exact same adrenal cortical process. So some of y'all see making the video like scary monsters. I see making the video like sex. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That's why he's happy to see us every day.
Thank you, Richie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bruh. It has nothing to do with my knowledge, bro. My knowledge is available to everyone in the planet. You choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, because it is hard. Unless you have a complete mental block, everyone has the ability to get the exact same knowledge. You just got to choose to do it. I'm going to take up some. I just proved it. Y'all still coming about like I'm somehow special. I just proved to you I could take an app that I know nothing about and learn how to use that son bitch in 30 days. Because of you, damn it. Now that I speak on it, Paul. What should I do next? Piano? Ancient Mesopotamian basketball? Like, y'all be putting up blocks that ain't got nothing to do with it. Knowledge is nothing. It's power, but it's not like that power is not freely available. Between the bookstore and the internet, you can learn how to do anything. Mary Lou Forland? Marie Forland. I don't know why I try to make all of them M people you. Marie Forland, she says everything is figure outable. I leveled up her. Oh, you never heard her? Oh, she's a beast, bruh. I leveled up her
Marie
statement.
Forleo?
Yeah, okay. That's how you say it.
Okay.
Riforlio. That's how you say it. Yeah, Marie Forleo. She has a book called Everything is Learnable. And I want to remake that book and call it Everything is Fuckwittable. It's the same thing. Yeah, she has a book called Everything is Learnable. I think that's the name of the book.
I think that's a great idea. When's this book coming? You've talked about it for a while.
What? I'm not going to steal her book idea.
Just a book. Where's the book?
I got choices, right? Keep making content that gets out there immediately, or sit down and write it all down. You know?
Yeah.
You want me to make a video about 30 days of being gay? I'll go interview 30 gay people.
Write a book in 30 days.
I have a whole bunch of them. Like, I don't want to write a book. I do, but I don't.
Oh.
It hasn't hit my... It hasn't hit my fire yet. It is smoldering, but there's no embers quite yet. But I'm sure that sooner or later it's coming. I'm getting, the itch is coming. It's somebody said this the other day. It's a small chubby right now. It's not a full on erection.
And that's okay.
Paul stupid. Paul stupid. He said, in your field, you excel. Why do you think we're here? It's not because of your looks. Man, all this time I thought it was because I was cute.
We love the shine.
Y'all
How are you
silly.
feeling on your shots now? It's been what, 6 months?
Yeah.
8 months? Didn't
8
you do
months
it? It started
now.
before Christmas?
It started right the middle of December, December 16th. Good. The first shot day is always brutal, which was basically yesterday and today. But yeah, I feel pretty good. Like, it's crazy. What are you talking about, Paul? Anyway, it's yeah, it's good. It's good. Like, I got maybe 3 more boxes to go through and then I'll be finished. But the one that I got is supposed to have been yesterday. It didn't come. I think they changed the date to Wednesday, which kills me because I can see the Amazon building. But now that they built it, everything is late. Like, I can see the Amazon building from my window. Before they built that
Right.
shit,
And
my
now it's
shit
probably
got
just
here
more
on time.
demand. Yeah.
Now that it's there, oh yeah, look, my shirt don't even fit no more, bro. I don't know if I
Yeah,
showed you
we
the
can
picture.
see it.
I don't know if I showed you the picture of me and my travel pants, but them suckers is like balloons now. The ones that I wore to NAB don't fit me no more. I'm going in hour and 45 minutes. Today is the day. So yeah, I'm going. So yeah. I can't, I'm actually,
He's going to have that therapist doing a podcast by the end of it.
That'd be super funny. I'm gonna be on the podcast with my therapist. I'm gonna get her to do a podcast. You're right. I'm gonna convince her.
That's
do
what
a
I'm saying.
podcast.
Yeah. That's what happens every time. Like, whenever I do anything, and by the end of it, I'm like, yeah. They come out, they're like, I think I will start a podcast. I'm like, I don't even know how we got here, but yeah, sure.
My boy is a therapist, and I told him, what I was doing or whatever, and just, I didn't want to ask for input on who to pick or whatever because that can be jading or it can be like leading. And even he said that it's better that you go and find the person that works. But one thing he said to me, which I never thought of, but is very, very valuable if you're going to get a therapist, make sure it's not somebody who you're going to want to be performative with. And I was like, that's gold. Because I think there's definitely people who finally give up the ghost and decide to go, and then they find a therapist who they're trying to impress. And then now you're not getting to the real deal. And I was like, bro, I never would have thought of that. It's freaking brilliant. That's why I got good friends. I was like, bro, that's actually brilliant. So,
Yeah, I definitely have dropped therapists because it does take time, right? You have to, it is trying different people out and seeing how you feel. I've had to break up with therapists because I was like, I know more than you. And I've ended up multiple times therapizing the therapist. And then I'm like, cool. And then I call and I said, yeah, I can't have another appointment with them.
That could happen.
It happens a lot. Because you talk to me. Look what'll happen. I'll talk about something and then it's like now I'm fixing everybody else's problems.
Yeah, but I think if I had to give a guess as to what my problem is what you just said. I'm super good at fixing everybody else's problem that I often ignore my own. It's not because I don't want to fix them, but I'll be busy making yourself busy to try to fix everybody else's crap. And that's
lately I've been busy doing anything but. That's how I keep telling I'm just busy doing anything but fill in the blank, whatever the thing I'm supposed to be doing. There's definitely an avoidance. So, there's nothing wrong with you. There's just stuff to look at, and why not? Why not be the most healthy, emotionally intelligent, adjusted person you can be to serve the people better?
See, I think that's where, for me, part of the therapy is about getting a little bit more on the emotionally intelligent. I feel like I know a lot about the brain because it's a hobby for me. I study it. I'm not trying to be I mean, I could probably go to psychology school and pass the first couple of tests because I legit study it. I study it because I was trying to self-fix myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact that I have ADD, ADHD, some kind of attention deficit disorder. I know for a fact that I cured my own anxiety problems, but I also know for a fact that I cured my own abandonment issue problems. But those have to do with, being adopted and being like the only boy in a whatever household, and then my dad left, and I thought it was my fault, because I was the baby. Why was he around when it was all the girls and I came and then he bolted? You know what I mean? Like, these are the thoughts I had, but none of the above was true. There was other factors involved. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things. And to Richie's point, very true, right? I can fix other people's problem without a shadow of a doubt, 100% the answer, but to second guess my own stuff every day.
And that's
Go ahead.
The benefit of going to therapy is dedicated time to let someone else look at you. Because there's folks like us who are like, we're always going to be looking at what everyone else is doing and trying to like reflect back for them and for their improvement, but choosing to go to therapy. Like, Will's going to grief therapy, and it's been very good because it's dedicated time to look at these feelings. Because otherwise you just don't do it, right?
You put them off.
You just don't look at it.
You know what's funny? There's always a funny joke about mechanics always got the broken car. If you go to a mechanic shop and they got this pristine rod outside, and it's crystal clean, ain't nothing wrong with it, especially if it's an old Thunderbird or an old, Mustang or something. You'd be like, whose car is that? No, it's mine. Oh, is that a showpiece? Yeah, no, that's my daily driver. Oh, you did that by yourself? You got a little team? Well, I did it all by myself. Cancel your appointment. Because when that dude get bored, he go work on his car. But you go to the mechanic shop and his car fucked up, you'd be like, it's so true, right? What? The mechanic's car always be jacked up. Oh, yeah, because I be busy taking care of my customers, getting on. So I don't really have time to work on it. So it gets me here and there, but one of these days I get around to it. That's the dude. No matter what he say, even if he's $200 more, that's the dude. Because he's doing it for his customers. The other dude is doing it to impress other mechanics. That's why they say mechanic always be with the effed up car. If your mechanic's car is hype and clean, nah, dude. He's just taking this job to get it done as fast as possible so he can buy a new chromed out Dyno Glide. He's taking all the money that he's making from the businesses, investing it into that $100,000 old, history piece he got outside. Those are facts. There you go. All right, family, let me go so I can eat before I go to my appointment.
Yeah, have a good time.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Stay open. Just stay open.
I'm open. I'm a book.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you're going. That's why you're going. So I'm proud of you.
They're going to be
All
like,
right.
what do you think is wrong with you? I'm like, there's this girl named Aubrey. She's what's wrong.
Let me send you a reference.
AT, I'm going to text you so that we can catch up this week. I'll text you dates so you can catch up. But anyway, let's holler. All right, family. I will see y'all on the flip
Bye,
side.
friends.
Thanks, Lou. Bye.